welcome back to another video. I'm Akina and today I'm going to be looking at Infinity Kingdom and my account there. So what is Infinity Kingdom? Infinity Kingdom is an MMO, massive multiplayer online war strategy game, pretty similar to Rise of Kingdoms. You must choose one of three of the key kingdoms, and these are red, blue or green. As you can see on the screen, red is Ruslan, blue is Vidia and green is Vetus. Don't know if I've pronounced those correctly. Then you must build up your city and Immortals, join an alliance and capture territory. The initial premise is very similar to Rise of Kingdoms. The two main differentials I'd say are the fighting and the territory systems. I will cover these in a later video. On to my account. Now I made this account 2 days after the global launch of the game, as I saw an advert of the game and it seemed pretty cool. To be honest, initially I thought it was a massive rock knockoff, however it has been different enough to keep me interested in the game. So as you can see in the top left hand corner, I am currently 200,000 power and I am VIP 8. I have logged in for a total of 9 days, so I am still very new to the game. Currently my city hall, or castle, is upgrading to level 22 and my character level is also level 22, almost 23. I decided to go with Ruslan for my kingdom, which as you'll see later, was a good choice. My nobility rank is Knight to level 1, and this is basically your rank based on the number of kills that you have managed to get so far in the game. My alliance, which I created based off the King Kratos as you can see in my photo, is known as the Ghost of Sparta. Looking at my stats. So as you can see, Infinity Kingdom breaks down your power into building, technology, troops, immortals and idle soldiers. My power is heavily weighted towards immortals and troop power, making up almost the entirety of my total power. I have so far eliminated 1.7 million troops from other players, but I have also taken over 200,000 deaths. Deaths work slightly differently in this game. Anything that you attack, whether it be a gnome, a boss or another player, will result in a death. So unlike Rise of Kingdoms where it's purely player based, and if you're attacking a structure or if your hospital is overfilled, here no matter what you attack, it pretty much always results in a death for your troops. Onto my immortals. Here you can see the list of those that I've unlocked and those that I have yet to. I am predominantly earth focused as this counters water, which is the main element players will use early game. Essentially each immortal is given an element and you make a team of them, usually based upon these elements. The graphic of elements is on the screen now. So as you can see from the image, fire beats wind, wind beats lightning, lightning beats earth, earth beats water, and water beats fire. These 5 elements all have one strength and one weakness against another element. However, shadow counters all 5 of those elements. So you have shadow immortals like Siegfried that counter all 5 elements by being part of the shadow element. However, light, which has now become holy, counters shadow and is shadow's only counter. And another positive about holy is that holy has no counter, it has no weakness. So if you're running Julius Caesar, he won't have an element that has a strength against him. The more of each element you have, the greater buffs you get in stats. This will be shown in a later graphic. Skills will go up, usually to 8 rather than 5 as compared to Rise of Kingdoms. If we take a look at my Zenobia currently has 4 skills indicated by the red diamonds on the right hand side. My Cleopatra has 3 and my Alex has 2. There is also a level for each immortal, which increases the number of troops it has and the amount of power it has, as well as a boost level. So if you look at the top right, next to the name, it says Alexander the Great plus 9. So if we click on that, we can see his boost level is currently 9. Now I've been told by the developers that this goes up to a maximum of 20, and each one of these is a different skill or a different stat that gets increased. So this one for example is agility, whereas this one is strength, and in the middle, once you've completed all of the ones around it, you can upgrade this and upgrade the total level, and this gives you a special upgrade. So for this instance, if I complete and upgrade all of the surrounding stats, Alex will get an increase of 300 troops he can bring within his march. Immortals also have a resonance level. So Alex is currently level 4, and this is based upon the level of equipment that is equipped to him. So these resonance levels, when they go up, they do give a good increase to the amount of stats your Immortal has. So here it says, equip 4 pieces of equipment and upgrade to level 25 to activate. So currently all of these are level 20, so I'm a little way off from becoming resonance level 5. My Zenobia is a little closer, but that still is a little way off because of the amount of shards needed to upgrade the equipment to level 25. There are many Immortals that are similar to Rise of Kingdoms, so if we scroll down the list to the ones that I haven't unlocked just yet, you can see the likes of Attila, the likes of Ramses, and then also the 2 garrisons, Theodora and Wu. But the game also features many that aren't included in Rise of Kingdoms. So the likes of Gilgamesh and Peter the Great. Okay, so that's everything for Immortals. If we now go back and then go into our Dragon Cave. So again, different to Rise of Kingdoms, this game does have dragons in it. I currently have 5 dragons based upon the main element types. The 2 I've leveled up are the Water Dragon, Glyndwr, and for Earth we have Demeter. These dragons have 3 pre-assigned skills that you must domesticate. Essentially, domesticating is the same as if you were to level up their skill if they're immortal. As you can see, their skills do go up to a level of 10. So unlike the Immortals, which are 8, these dragons can have their skills up to a maximum of 10 increase. You can also upgrade their stats, as you can see on the right hand side: physical attack, defense, magical attack and defense, and this is done by leveling up the dragon. So you can see mine is level 17 and he's currently upgrading. So you're upgrading your Immortals and you're upgrading your dragons to put them all in a march together. So if we now move over to the troops, you can see this is how you line them up in formation, getting ready to fight. Now it doesn't matter whether you're fighting gnomes, other players, or you're in the Well of Time. You will always be in a formation when you are fighting with your Immortals. The first one you can see is my starter Water Immortals. It's an okay march, it's not the best. My Earth one is a lot better, it's slightly under 30k for overall power, but it does hold its own, especially in the arena and when fighting PvP. As mentioned before, the more of each element you have, the more buffs and stats your troops will get. So by having 5 of the same element at the same time, you get increased immortal physical defense, magical defense, physical attack, magical attack, and troop health. So there are a lot of stats there for having the same element type. However, you've got to weigh up whether you think those stats are worth more than having a separate immortal skill that you think may work better with that team. Onto our alliance. So as mentioned before, I am part of the Ghosts of Sparta. If we just take a look at the members, I am currently R6. I do rotate R6 with both Midas and BA, who have come over from Rise of Kingdoms. Kapuz and Parzival are also good friends that have come over from Rise of Kingdoms. There are a few of us that have come over, so Earthworm Jim for example, Cow as well. A good group of us have moved over from the game. Now it's not a permanent move, we're just testing the game out to see what it's like in the meantime while KVK hasn't yet arrived. It's nice to have familiar faces in the alliance, and we are all enjoying it so far. Our alliance is currently level 3 with 11 million power. Ranking wise, we are 3rd in the kingdom, just behind International and New Elysium. In Ruslan, we are 2nd overall, so we're doing pretty well. If we look at faction power, we are slightly behind both New Elysium and Bloodbath with 180 faction power. Faction power is essentially the amount of power you gain from owning specific parts of the map. So if we back out and look at the map, you can see this is an overview of our current map. Each one of these, you can see in each separate area, there is a city that you can take. By owning that city, you get that specific area. So currently we have a few, such as this level 3. We also have another level 3 city here, and essentially it's all about building up your territory, increasing your faction power so that you get better buffs. Now that does seem like a lot, especially as it is a new game. I am still trying myself to get my head around everything. As time goes on, hopefully my understanding of the game will improve and I'll be able to give my advice and share more content going forward. Please like and subscribe the video, it really does mean a lot. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.